check when it comes up. Alright. Oil pressure is in the green.
9 right, via Kilo, Kilo 1 Charlie, and cross on 9 right, 24 Delta.
24 Delta is going to be Kilo 1, Kilo Charlie. You're crossing 9 left at Charlie, and hold to 9 right at Charlie.
Taxi 9 right, Kilo, Kilo 1 Charlie, cross 9 left, and then hold short of 9 right at Charlie, 24 Delta.
629 taxi via Romeo Foxtrot Victor to the ramp.
Check.
Check 1, 2. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you as well.
Number Tower Runway 5,
And
southbound.
I am hung up on. Oh, come on.
39er Yankee Hotel is at Kilo 1 with information Bravo via far south.
There it is.
Tech flight 628, using my final 9 right.
Check 1, 2. Can you hear me still?
I can hear you.
Is it kind of crackly or?
I'm hearing some crackling, yes. I don't know if that's from you or where that's coming from.
I think that's coming from me, my headset, so I'll get my other headset tomorrow or whenever I go flying again. Just get all these things started here.
Okay, so radio avionics spec, transponder 1200, and we will alt mode.
Runway.
Yep, so alt would be that right there.
It is in alt mode, but where?
Yep.
Okay, so there's the mode button. Okay.
And then 1200.
It is 1200,
Yep.
okay. So we are all set. Circuit breakers are still in. Nothing
Yes, sir.
dropped. Okay, flight instruments check. So airspeed is showing 0. Altimeter will set, but that looks close. We've got no vertical speed. Okay.
Ball's in the center, wings level.
Ball is in the center, wings are level.
Might want to hit the PFD switch.
There we go.
There we go. And I'll get
And
the
ATIS.
window at 1,100.
so see here.
Okay.
Switch this over.
So
We'll go COM 2.
132.55. Okay.
And direction of flight. Taxiway Quebec between taxiway Kilo and runway 9 left closed. Taxiway Kilo between taxiway Mike and Kilo 1 closed. Advise on initial contact. You have information Bravo. Melbourne International Airport information Bravo 1253 Zulu, wind 080 at 6, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 29, dew point 22, altimeter 2999, visual approach and use, landing departing, runway 9 right and runway 5, runway 9 left closed for construction. Approaches are conducted to converging and diverging runways.
So 9 right and 5.
Ground and tower, your call sign and direction of flight.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Taxiway Quebec between taxiway Kilo and runway 9
All right.
left.
So we got
closed.
2999.
Taxiway Kilo between taxiway Mike and Kilo 1.
Barrow.
Short of Kilo 1.
2999.
Yep.
And
Citation.
altimeter.
Alpha, you can proceed to Shelter.
999 is probably right up there.
Yep, right between the 30 and the 0.8. There we go. I'll show you real quick. Ready? So that'd be 30. That'd be 29.8. So 29.9 to be in between those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see. These
Yeah,
are
20 feet.
20. 40.
20 feet.
Okay.
So
All
we're
right.
good.
Okay.
And we're within 70 feet of field elevation, which is 33 feet here.
Okay. All right.
1 mile final, 9 right.
All right. So I think we're ready to taxi.
All right, your controls.
Heck, my controls.
Your controls.
We have taxi light on, and we use the landing,
We don't
landing
have
light for
to
that.
put that
Okay.
on. It's bright enough.
Taxi area is clear. Parking
Right, center,
brake.
left.
Release. Okay. Brake and steering check. Brake check. Steer left. Steering right. Okay.
All right, go ahead and bring us over there.
983 Sierra Papa, you can taxi via Alpha Victor to the ramp, cross runway 5, report cross complete, please.
Nice job. Get that nose wheel straightened out, so you have to push a little bit forward, or let the aircraft roll a little bit forward while holding the opposite nose there. And once the pedals feel like they've centered, that'd be the nose wheel straight. All right.
Does that seem right?
Yep.
Okay. Ready for engine run up, parking brake.
So here's how you can test the parking brake. Go ahead and release, and then just a little bit of gas.
Okay.
All right, we rolled forward a little bit. So my controls real quick.
Okay, your control.
Let me show you something. So what it might be, you have to actually like really push up on the toes.
Okay.
And then pull that forward, or pull that all the way back. See?
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to really have good pressure on the toes, or else it won't set the parking brake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, parking brake set. Doors closed and latched.
Yes, sir.
Okay, doors are closed and latched. Fuel selector valve is on both. Elevator trim for takeoff.
6124 Delta, runway 9 right at Charlie, clear for takeoff.
Okay.
Proceed on course.
1800 RPM. Toes on the brakes.
Yep.
RPM. It's 50. 6, 17, 18. Okay, got our blinking yellow. Prop, high RPM. Fuel pump, we're going to test. Fuel pump, I'm watching the fuel flow, 6 gallon. Jumps up to
pressure.
8, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Engine instruments, check. We are all in the green. And meter check, 14.5 volts, magneto drop. I'm going to go to the...
2 clicks left to the right,
okay, so we're at 1850 now, 2 clicks, okay. Down to 1690, back to both. 1800, okay, and we'll go to the left, 1 click. 1680, 1700, okay, so we got about 100 RPM drop. Okay. Carb heat.
Just gonna keep cleaning this out. All right, go ahead.
Carb heat, we're at 1850 RPMs. Pulling carb heat. RPMs dropped 1750. Okay. Prop cycle 3 times.
So first time, just watch the manifold pressures all the way out, then all the way back in. So go ahead.
All right.
Out.
All the way out. Back in. Okay.
Yep. So increase in manifold pressure is normal. Stabilizes. Let's watch the RPM drop. Out. In.
Out. Back in.
There we go.
Okay, and we'll do it a 3rd time.
Yep.
Out and back in.
There we go.
Okay. Cowl flaps are open. Alright. Alright,
back to 1200 RPM.
Back to 1200 RPM.
Alpha as filed, maintain 2000, expect flight level 260 within 10. Departure frequency 132.65.
Okay, flight controls are free and correct. Left aileron up, right aileron is down. Right aileron up, left aileron is down. Okay, stabilizer up and down. Okay, and rudder. I'm going to have to look at the mirror here. Right rudder, left rudder. Looks correct. Okay, friction lock. Lock that up a little bit. Radios and avionics are set. Melbourne
Tower.
ground, Melbourne Tower.
And the practice area. We're good.
Yeah, okay, and we're good. Okay, seat belts are fastened. Okay, flaps and trim are set. Trim is set for takeoff. Flaps are up. We're going to take off with no flaps.
Yes, sir.
Okay, takeoff briefing. Runway in use, it sounds like they're going to probably put us on 9 right.
Yep, so 9 right, they're probably going to have us use Charlie here.
Okay.
So we're going to be taking off in this direction. So we have maybe about 3,000 feet of runway available.
Okay.
So if we're not rotating by halfway down the runway,
ready to taxi via
we're going to abort the takeoff.
Abort takeoff, stay on the runway. Okay.
Right.
And if we have an engine failure once we take off and we're below 700 feet, we're going to go straight ahead. 9 right, straight ahead is putting us where? Towards the...
So 9 right straight ahead is putting us towards the river or US 1.
Okay.
So that's our best bet, really. Anything below 500 feet, we probably could not make the turn. I would say at 500 I'd probably risk it and make the turn, depending on what our rate of sink is and everything like that. So
above 500, we can probably make a 180 back to 27 right?
Yeah, 27 right, or 27 right, or even send a complete 180 back onto 27 left here.
Okay.
But yeah, 27 right would be our best bet.
Okay.
Even though the runway's closed, I don't care, it's an emergency.
Right, an emergency, right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so climb out speeds, we're going to climb out at, we're going to rotate at 60 miles an hour, we're going to climb out at VY 92. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, and in the case of an emergency, I'll just take the controls, right, and then you can watch my airspeed.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so parking brake, cowl flaps are open, we're ready to release parking brake.
Yes, sir.
And
so up on the toes.
Okay, brakes on.
There we go.
Brake off. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and we are ready.
And who is that just called inbound near Merritt Island?
All right.
886, you have to call me when you're closer.
I would go like between these two lines here, the dash one, or you can even get on the dash one, that's fine.
744 Romeo Victor, cross runway 9 right over to Tango, and then hold short runway 5 at Alpha.
Copy 9 right over to Tango, and hold short runway 5.
Melbourne ground, Cardinal 34287, Big Blue, information Bravo, VFR departure is southwest. Alright, just pull over into here. Just so we're not blocking anybody coming this way.
34287, Melbourne ground, runway 9 right at Charlie, taxi via Kilo 1, Kilo Charlie, cross 9 left.
Kilo 1, Kilo Charlie, cross runway 9 left to 9 right, 34287. Alright.
Melbourne ground,
go ahead, we're going to taxi right into this non-movement area.
Bravo for VFR departure to the southwest.
This one right here, before the flag?
Yeah, before the taxiway bike sign.
Okay.
Runway 9 or right, taxi via Kilo 1, Kilo Charlie, cross runway 9 or left, 9812 Juliet.
Yep, so up this way, yep.
Okay.
Alright, good job taxiing today, man. So what I told Cody yesterday is, generally speaking, the nose wheel of the aircraft is not very effective unless you have forward movement and also the brakes too. You don't have enough momentum in a turn, it'll often get hung up and then you're stuck trying to hop the aircraft along.
Traffic 5 mile final, no delay with the crossing, cross 5 at Alpha.
I wonder what they're doing over here.
Crossing 5
and there was another call, missed call, say again?
On that line.
Alright, so we already cleared us. Here's Kilo 1, so we're going to turn onto Kilo 1 and then down Kilo following that guy over there.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
And nothing on the right.
And another thing, which I'll introduce now, we weren't really focusing on it before, but this is something the DPEs like to see, is, so the winds were 080, so in this general direction. Normally when you have a quartering headwind, you want to have the airplane dive into the wind.
Okay.
And you just hold that. So just always remember where the wind was coming from. For example, if it was a quartering tailwind from the left, you would dive away from the wind.
Okay.
And roger that. I may stop early for him, but I'll let you know.
Roger that.
I'm going to cool the engine down a little bit by loosening up the mixture just slightly.
Sierra, holding short of Charlie, 9 right.
And 5 uniform Sierra, can you depart 9 right at Charlie?
Yeah, we'll take 9 right at Charlie if we can get a short delay for 5 uniform Sierra.
5 uniform Sierra, roger that. Switch over to tower.
Over to tower, 5 uniform Sierra.
And ground, jump prop 744 Romeo Victor, I can take 9 right at Quebec.
4 Romeo Victor, hold short 9 right at Quebec and advise ready for I-4 departure.
Roger that, going to Victor.
Take flight 618, Romeo Foxtrot Victor to the ramp. Take flight 260, straight in runway 5, clear to land.
All right.
All right, so we're going to be right here?
Yep, and you already cleared us across the runway, so
okay.
you can reduce the power a little bit. There we go. That just makes making the sharper turn. Here.
86, Melbourne Tower.
All right, we're clear this way, clear that way. No one's coming down the runway. All right, you can put that power back in.
November 744 Romeo Victor, Melbourne Tower, hold short 9 right at Quebec, await I-5 release. Uh, 355 uniform Sierra Melbourne Tower, short delay is approved. Actually, hold short 9 right. 4 Romeo Victor, runway 9 right at Quebec, clear for takeoff, heading 100. Tech flight 638 Melbourne Tower, execute misapproach instructions, 1 mile final, 9 right.
There we go. And once you have it set, you can put it back to 1200 RPM.
Okay. Brakes.
886, VFR descent, approve your discretion.
Trying to find out where that crackling sound is coming from. It sounds like a contact or something's not good.
5 uniforms here. The traffic departing is on 100 heading IFR. You can have your short delay 9 right at Charlie, clear for takeoff, proceed on course.
And you can roll us forward a little bit. 1 airplane length is fine.
All right.
Alright, we'll just get over to tower and listen to these guys.
641 Melbourne Tower, I'm showing a misapproach of heading 220 to 2000. You can execute that 1 mile final for 9 right.
Execute the miss, 1 mile final, 10-9 right for take flight 641.
744 Romeo Victor, contact Orlando departure.
Go to departure for Romeo Victor.
Melbourne Tower, tech flight 643 inbound with Bravo, full sub FIT.
Tech flight 643 Melbourne Tower, proceed to abandon and then make the straight in runway 5.
Proceed direct to abandon, straight in runway 5, tech flight 643.
Alright, and we'll do the takeoff briefing once we're the next at the hold short.
Okay.
Yeah, that mirror is funny.
The new screw.
So there's a screw on the back, and that actually holds it in place, but if you wanted to remove it, you could.
Melbourne Tower, Skyhawk 4951 Golf,
Right.
holding
A little
short
better.
9 right at Charlie, ready for departure.
4951 Golf Melbourne Tower, runway 9 right at Charlie, clear for takeoff, proceed southwest.
Proceed southwest, clear for takeoff 9 right at Charlie, 4951 Golf.
Melbourne 9 right at Charlie, clear for takeoff, proceed southwest.
Tower, tech flight 260, clear runway 5 at Romeo.
Go ahead and roll forward.
Romeo, Foxtrot Victor to the ramp.
Romeo Foxtrot Victor to the ramp, tech flight 260.
And then on ground from taxiway Kilo 1 going southeastbound, what's your call sign? 665 Romeo Tango, runway 9 right at Charlie.
When we apply the brakes, just make sure to go power to idle.
9 left at Charlie.
Because I know I had a DVE yell at me that for that before, so power, idle, brake, and then once you're stopped, then you can put it back to 1200 RPM.
Okay.
Make a modified right base. Make the straight into 9 right now to the numbers.
Straight in for runway 9 right, tech flight 643.
Tech flight 643, sorry about that, I misspoke. Make the straight into the numbers for runway 5. Runway 5, clear to land.
Straight in runway 5, clear to land, tech flight 643.
And something I like that I was also taught, think of the pre-takeoff or the takeoff checklist like lights, camera, action. So lights obviously throw open landing light. Camera, they can see you with this action engine.
Okay.
Yeah. So lights, camera,
and
action.
Okay. You said you got the south tees? Got you, sir. And 5 Romeo Tango, runway 5, taxi via Victor, and use caution for the Cherokee inbound on Foxtrot.
So when I'm richening up the mixture for takeoff, I usually go to about a finger's width, so the bottom of the red touches the finger, but that's about it. I don't rich it more than that.
Okay.
Same thing for landing.
Melbourne Tower, Skyhawk 9812 Julia is holding short runway 9 right, ready for departure.
Riddle 886, make a right turn westbound immediately. I have traffic at 1,400 off your right. Make a right turn westbound immediately.
Reader 886, make it west right now.
Check flight 641, hold your altitude. Traffic just below you at 1,000. Has you in sight. They're making a right turn westbound to follow.
Confirm holding altitude for tech flight 641.
Riddle 886, follow that traffic that's just above you at 1,300. You can follow them for 9 right.
Reader 886, follow the traffic and traffic in sight.
Tech flight 641, just execute the miss approach 1 mile final for 9 right.
Confirm execute miss at 1 mile final for 9 right, tech flight 641.
Riddle 886, you can start the base to follow that traffic. Number 2, 9 right, clear to land.
Reader 886, number 2, clear to land, follow the traffic. Melbourne Tower, 9812 Julia is holding short runway 9 right, ready for CFO departure to the southwest.
And who's number 1 departure for runway 9 right at Charlie?
9812 Juliet.
Runway 9812 Juliet, runway 9 right at Charlie, clear for takeoff, proceed on course.
Clear for takeoff, runway 9 right, 12 Juliet. Melbourne Tower, Skyhawk, flight 665 November Tango, holding short of 5 at Victor, ready for departure.
November 5 Romeo Tango, hold short runway 5 for traffic.
Hold short 5 for traffic, right of time.
Yep, very good. Right there's fine. Alright, back to 1200. And you can go ahead and put on the lights.
Okay, strobe or landing?
Yep, strobe and landing.
Strobe and landing lights.
And we'll wait for this guy once we're cleared.
Okay, and we have our 1200 out. We are good.
And we'll call holding short once this guy rotates.
Okay.
9 right at Charlie, taxi via Kilo 1 Kilo Charlie, cross 9 left and confirm your direction.
And remember, on takeoff roll, you'll want to shuffle your feet on the floor. You don't want to hit the brakes.
Don't hit, okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Number Tower, tech flight 641.
And there's no rush. He clears it for takeoff and we're good.
Check flight 641, start the approach and contact Orlando departure.
Start the mast. Contact Orlando. Tech flight 641.
Melbourne Tower, Cardinal 34287, holding short runway 9 right at Charlie, ready for departure.
Flight 287, runway 9 right, Charlie, clear for takeoff, proceed on course.
9 right, Charlie, clear for takeoff, 34287. So go ahead, just a little bit of power. So just let go of the brakes. Right, get it back on the center line. I'll richen this up for us.
And the tech flight.
That's good right there.
What's your call sign? Tech flight 642, remember ground runway 5.
So release the brakes more, just use the pedals themselves, yeah, instead of the brakes.
Oh, something rubbing my left foot up there at the top.
Okay.
Near the brake.
We'll check that out.
Alright, so
bring it over.
Romeo, Foxtrot,
there we go.
To your ramp.
Romeo, Foxtrot, Victor.
Once we're lined up with the runway,
okay.
go ahead and apply full power. Right.
Alright.
You'll need a little bit of right rudder, go ahead. So smoothly, gently.
Power coming in
all the way.
Slowly, okay.
All the way. All the way in.
682 Echo.
There we go.
Ground clear 2, remember 9.
Engine instruments are green.
2000.
Airspeed's alive.
30 with
60 knots. Rotate. There we go. Lower the nose a little bit. Yep. And I'll help you out here, don't worry. Let me trim the nose down for you.
Okay.
So trim the nose. There we go. So just a little bit of right rudder.
Roger that.
There we go. I just think of holding the wings level. You're doing good, man.
Star 665 Romeo Tango, holding short of 5 at Victor.
Alright. Once we get to about 600 feet, we'll go ahead and turn to the south.
Okay.
Alright, there's 600 feet. Raise the right wing real quick. We're clear to the right. Now go ahead and turn to the right.
Turning right. Okay.
There we go. Good job, man. Doing good.
Tower reader 886, turning left at November.
886 right turn here on November and taxi back to 9 right via November.
Alright, go ahead and lower the nose a little bit.
886 right turn at November and taxi back to
1,000 feet.
Right.
Alright, reduce manifold to 25 inches.
Right by November and our
26, 25, a little.
There we go, that's fine.
Alright,
and then reduce this to 23. Or 25. There we go. So it goes quickly, remember. There we go, that's good right there.
Okay.
Yep. I'll just reduce this slightly. And just climb out at 90 to 100. We're doing good, man.
Okay.
Good job.
Alright, cool.
How do you feel?
Pretty good, yeah. Little shaky on takeoff, but yeah.
That's alright, man. You'll get used to that.
Getting there, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead now and give me a turn here to the southwest and just pick something in that general direction and fly me to it. And we're going to climb up to about 2,000 feet if the clouds will let us.
Alright, okay. So, let's see. I see some whitish things right in front of us here.
Alright.
Is that a good heading?
Yeah, that's fine.
What are we?
So we're going to climb up to 2,000 feet. We're at 1,500 right now.
1,500, okay.
So today's goal, I know you can turn to headings and you can keep headings. I know you can keep altitudes within 100 feet. We're going to work on slow flight today.
Slow flight, okay.
Yep, and maneuvering during slow flight.
Alright.
Nice job on the takeoff.
Thank you.
So, what I like to think of when flying an airplane is not so much control input, it's control pressure. If you want the airplane to do something, you got to hold it for a second, and then the airplane starts doing it, and then you release that pressure once you don't want it to do that thing anymore.
Okay. Alright, we're coming up on 2,000 feet here. I'm going to go ahead and start leveling out.
Yes, sir. Retrim is necessary. Yep, there we go. You can reduce the manifold pressure once you're set to 21 inches.
Alright, let's see. A little bouncy there. Alright, 20.
Yep. And then 23 on the RPM.
25, 24. Okay, it's about 23.
There we go.
29 Echo, holding short of 9 right.
I was aiming for that little white thing there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And altitude still looks pretty good.
3429 Echo, Melbourne Tower, runway 9
A little bit of
Charlie, clear for
little
takeoff.
bit of turbulence here, not too bad.
Yeah, a little bit of convective activity building up these clouds, but that's fine. Alright, so we're out of the Delta now. We're going to go to Comp 2.
South, number 739, Yankee Hotel. About a mile north of the Bass and flying along the coast, slow flight, any north, any south.
Alright, I'm going to do a trim check real quick. My controls?
Your controls.
My controls. Alright, so I should be able to let go. Alright, see how the nose rises there?
We're going up, okay.
Yeah, so your controls again.
Alright, my controls.
So what I want you to do is just hold the nose until you're maintaining your desired attitude and then trim. Don't like let go and let the trim move the control.
Okay.
But you hold the control until the trim takes away the pressure.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, let go. And, you know, aside from the airplane banking to the right all the time, that's good. See, not climbing or descending really. Right, we're within 100 feet, but go ahead and bring us back down to 2,000.
Okay.
So once we do slow flight, we're going to also do ground reference maneuvers.
Okay.
So I'll make a checklist for that, so next time we fly, we'll have that. And there's some references in the airplane flying handbook for the ground reference things.
Okay.
So I'd recommend reading the chapters on those, but we'll talk about that in debrief.
Okay.
I don't expect you to remember anything up here, you know.
All right.
And usually on days like this today, you're going to feel like you're fighting the aircraft all the time.
Yeah.
Because of the climbing and descending. Usually when you come underneath a cloud that's starting to build up vertically has a source of lift. So that's usually a thermal or something, which will pick you up. And as soon as you get out of the cloud, you'll start sinking again.
Okay.
Southwest 662, beam of the west bend. We're going to be doing slow flight at 4,500, heading west.
So the, what do they call this over here? The complex or the compound?
Compound.
Yeah,
Okay.
so here's the compound right here.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, so they call it street pattern out here. So the different practice areas, you have street patterns. Those lakes over there where they were always doing jet ski stuff, they call them jet ski lakes.
Okay.
These are the farm fields.
Okay.
Those are the flooded farm fields.
Okay.
And then you have Penn Island right over here. These guys are funny. Alright.
Okay.
Cool, man. So, my controls real quick.
Alright, your controls.
So I'll do a basic pre-maneuver checklist. So engine instruments are green. Mixture is set. Right, landing light and strobe. We'll just leave the strobes on for visibility. And we can do some clearing turns to make sure we're not going to hit anybody.
Okay.
So I like to raise the left wing, look left, and then just turn to the left, and we're going to look right, clear this area, and then do the same thing. We just have to do it for 90 degrees. of heading. And I'll make a radio call at the same time. Hotel West Praxair Cardinal 34287, 2,000 feet over the farm fields and Penn Island, slow flight.
Stop traffic, type flight 648.
Here we go.
River,
and then now in the opposite direction.
2,500 heading north and westbound. India south.
Okay, so slow flight. We're flying in the region of reverse command. So instead of our power controlling our airspeed, like in straight and level flight at normal cruising speed, our pitch is going to control our airspeed, and our power will control our altitude. And there's a whole lift drag curve and a power curve graph, which we'll debrief with, and that'll make a little bit more sense.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to be flying in a region where the more lift we produce, the more drag we cause. So we need more power to fly or climb, right? So to enter this, right, we're going to configure like we're in landing. So rich in the mixture slightly. We're going to go ahead and go prop full. And I like doing this because I don't want to overwork the engine.
Okay.
And then we're going to apply carb heat. And reduce the power to about 14 or 15 inches of manifold pressure is fine. Trim is necessary. We're going to go flaps 10. Keep holding it. I'm trying to keep 2,000 feet. Flaps 20. And then flaps 30. And then apply some power back in. Because if I don't apply power and I hold 2,000 feet, we're going to stall. Right, and I'm just going to fly towards that cloud.
Okay.
So I've climbed slightly. So I'm going to pull back some power. Let the nose come down. And I want to maintain as close to 60, I'll say 60 to 65, right?
Okay.
So pitch the nose back and we'll get to 60. Pull the power out and we'll start descending. Right, so pitching for 60. And then once I get to 2,000 feet, add some power in. Keep that nose at 60. So it's a bit of a challenge, but you know, we fly in slow flight around traffic patterns and things like that.
Okay.
So this is why we practice it. Once we get this down, and we also do some stalls and things like that, we'll start landing practice. I mean, I'll let you do a couple of landings or, you know, feel the controls on a couple of landings, but we have to get slow flight down in order to do landings.
All right. Heading northwest.
All right. And then what we can also do in slow flight, once we accomplish straight and level, I'll have you give me turns, right? Let's say I want to turn to the north and follow the grid lines north.
Okay.
So raise the wing slightly, we're clear. We'll go ahead, 60 miles an hour and 2,000 feet. And you'll notice you'll need a lot more rudder in these turns for a given amount of bank. Alright, watching our speed. There we go. Now we're following the grid lines north.
Okay.
So, and to get out of slow flight, what you have to do is go ahead and apply some power. Lower the nose a little bit so we don't balloon up in altitude. Bring it out, flaps. Right. Here we go. And trying to maintain 2,000 feet. Take the carbine out, and we'll reduce to 21 inches of manifold pressure. And then back to 23 on the RPM. Lot to do, but it's doable.
Okay.
All right. And then retrim the aircraft for this phase of flight. So that's how we go from cruise speed at 2,000 feet to slow flight at 2,000 feet.
Okay.
So I'll give us a turn to the south here. And we already did our pre-maneuver checklist. We already did our clearing turns. And I'll have you go into slow flight here. And if you need my help, just tell me.
Yeah, okay.
So East traffic, type flight 642 is a beam, look area Currently heading southbound, going to be holding southeast of Volca at 2000. Hotel East.
Hotel East, Hotel West, practice air, Cardinal 34287, 2,000 feet over the flooded farm field, slow flight. Alright. Your controls.
Okay, my controls.
Your controls. And you can put the checklist down and stuff for now, clear your lap if you need. Alright, so just pick a point out here and just fly towards it, right?
Alright.
And we're going to fly towards that while we're doing slow flight as well.
Alright.
So what we're going to do is go ahead and reduce manifold pressure slightly just to begin with. Like to 15's fine. And then go full forward on the prop once we get there.
Skyhawk 3429 Echo is just south of Valkyria 2500, heading southbound, stalls.
Alright, and apply carb heat. Now we're within the white arc, so go ahead and apply 10 degrees of flaps. Alright, keep that nose up, retrim if you have to.
Like 649 over radiation. 3000.
Add a touch of power. There we go. Add a next notch of flaps. Yep, that's fine. Even if it goes full, that's fine.
Flight 881, 2000, eastbound over the...
Good, man. Alright, add last notch of flaps. Or I'll just, yeah, go ahead.
Alright, last notch of flaps.
Alright, pitch that nose for 60.
Over Volca at 2,000 feet to the southeast, and we have...
There we go.
648 side.
And trim as necessary, so you can hold 60.
648 is headed westbound to climbing 2,500. Hotel East South.
Alright, good. Alright. And you should be able to fly it almost hands off as well. So just do a trim check, right?
Alright.
There we go. Good, man. So, and if you need to climb...
You need to climb a little bit here. Add power?
Yep, add power.
Okay.
Keep that nose pitched for 60. So in a climb, usually when you add power, you have to pitch the nose up a little bit. Alright, good.
Traffic 1 Blue Cherokee approaching I-95.
There we go.
Alright, if I level out and reduce power.
Yep. Reduce power just a little bit and just see what it does. So you see your airspeed's increasing. Go ahead, pull the nose back.
Up.
There we go.
And we lost our altitude that we gained.
That's alright.
Alright, there's 60.
Flight controls real quick.
Your controls.
I'll show you something real quick.
Okay.
So we're flying out towards that lake.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say I wanted to climb back up to 2,000 feet.
Okay.
I'm going to pitch for 60 and I'm going to maintain rudder coordination. So I'm just going to apply power. Pitch the nose up. We're going to climb at 60 knots. Right. So once I set the power, I'm just focusing on my airspeed and coordination. Once we get to 2,000, go ahead and just reduce the power. Right, we're still pitching for 60.
Okay.
And then just watch what it does. You have to change your power setting based on what altitude you want to fly. If you're climbing or descending. And we're just going to maintain 60. If we're a little high, reduce power slightly. Right? But the whole idea is maintain 60 in coordination and your power will take care of the rest.
Okay.
Right, so I'll go ahead and give you back the controls.
Okay.
Alright, so your controls.
My controls.
Your controls.
Alright.
Southbound, northbound.
So if we're climbing slightly, just pitch for 60 and reduce the power. There we go. And just little subtle changes.
2 is currently over Barefoot Bay. We are going to be holding southeast of Volca at 2,000 feet. Hotel East, Southwest.
OCC, Skyflight 206, requesting solo ramp, please.
There she is. Skyflight 206, zero release for solo. Have fun, I guess.
Thank you so much.
There we go, back to 2,000 feet. Let's practice a descent real quick.
Okay.
So you can bring the power back to around 15 if you need, but give me a descent down to 1,500 feet, just this way at 60 knots.
At 60, okay, reducing power.
Yep. There we go. Good job on pitching for 60. Bring the nose back a little bit and you go slower. There you go. And just fly us towards the shore of Lake, Blue Lake Cypress.
Echo is 4 miles southwest of Valkyria at 2,500 feet.
Delta South traffic, November 9 Hotel is 7 miles south of Florida Turnpike, 2,200 feet northbound.
Alright, here we're coming up on 5000, so just go ahead and increase the power a little bit. Remember, you're going to have a change in pitch attitude as a result, so a little bit more power and pitch for 60, and you'll stop the descent.
About 4 miles southeast of Blue Cypress.
There we go.
Steep spirals, look up below.
We'll just try and keep it within 100 feet, so a little bit more pitch back, and we'll keep 60. And a little bit right rudder. There we go. There we go. Good job, man. A lot of that left turning tendency is working on us. So just remember to keep those wings level and use some right rudder, and we'll be doing just fine there.
Okay.
And if you start climbing, remember, keep 60, but just reduce power just a little bit.
Okay.
There we go. How do you feel?
Good, good.
Alright, let's try a gentle turn to the right here.
Okay.
We'll keep 1,500 feet and just bring us back to a general heading of north.
Okay.
So 60 miles an hour, 1,500 feet.
So clear on the right.
Yep.
Gentle turn to the right.
Alright, and notice you'll need a lot more rudder and not as much bank.
Doing full flights and stalls. Charlie South.
There we go, doing good, man. And just once we get on a general heading of north, I'll take the controls back from you and I'll demonstrate a climb.
Okay. Oh, a little bump there. Alright,
bumpy today, yeah.
little bumpy.
Up and
Alright,
down.
so it's northish.
That's good.
Okay.
My controls
Your controls.
My controls. Alright, so I did good there with the trim. I'm not fighting it too much, we're maintaining 60 knots. So when we do a climb, we're going to take the carb heat out because we need more power. We're going to maintain 60 knots. So, let's see here, that's good. And we need a lot of right rudder, right, just to go straight.
Okay.
So we're maintaining 60 knots, and I'm just looking out to see if we're changing our heading at all. Not really.
Okay, so far all you did was take carb heat out, right?
Yep, carb heat out and increase the power.
Increase power.
Just slightly, nothing crazy.
Okay, 26, okay.
And then we're pitching for 60. So and I'm just going to maintain this. And if you really wanted to, let's say I'm on a heading of 010 degrees. Right, and I want to maintain a heading of 010 degrees. So I'm just going to coordinate the rudder and just look every once in a while since I can't really see anything. Or fly towards a cloud, you know?
Okay.
Hotel West, flight
just maintain
1000, maneuvering.
60 knots.
Overflow to flying fuel.
And then once you start getting close to your altitude, you're going to know that you're going to need to pull out the power, right? So we start with the carb heat.
Okay.
And then reduce this until our climb stops. And as long as we maintain 60 knots, we'll just watch our vertical speed.
Okay.
Right? There we go. Now we're at 60 knots, 2,000 feet. So I'll go ahead and give us a descent back to 1,500, and you can climb us back to 2,000. So we'll go
2,200 feet, northbound.
15 inches, 60 knots, and you'll see that we just have to hold. And we're descending, going in a straight line. And the critical thing with coordinating the rudder in slow flight is that you can easily go into a spin, right? If you were to get a stall, what happens when you do this number, you're causing that induced drag, so one wing slows down enough that it stalls before the other one, and that puts us into a spin.
Okay.
So we want to be coordinated with the rudder. I'm just going to hold us here, we're doing good. Right. Just think control pressure, not control input. Alright, if we get too slow, just lower the nose. Catch that speed. And if your horizon really doesn't change, your speed or other flight attitudes won't change either. So here we are at 1,500. Arrest the descent. Right rudder.
Hotel is traffic to flight 609.
There we go.
1 mile south from Valkyria at 1,300.
So your controls here, I know we're a little bit below, but we're going to go ahead and start climbing here. So when you're ready, your controls.
All right, my controls.
Your controls.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and apply some power.
Okay.
All right, more right rudder. There we go. And pitching for 60. A little bit more right rudder. There we go. Fly me straight towards this cloud that's right in front of us here.
All right.
Just keep us going that way at 60 knots until we get to 2,000 feet. Alright. Still definitely need some more right rudder in there. There we go. Not too shabby, man. Getting better. A little bit more on the right rudder there. You'll probably have to bring in some left aileron just because this thing likes to roll to the right. Alright, keep us at 60. There we go.
South traffic, remember Chennai total is 2 miles south of the lake, 2,000 feet northbound.
Alright, approaching 2,000.
Okay.
So carb heat first. Right. So carb heat out, yeah, on, and then reduce to, you know, just whatever you have to maintain 60 knots and this vertical speed. So if you hold 60 and you just reduce the power, when the vertical speed starts coming down, that's good.
Okay.
There we go. And just holding 60. We'll do this for a second here, so we don't climb or descend. I want to see you can maintain plus or minus 100 feet.
Okay.
And let's see here. I'll give you from 55 to 65. Anything slower than 55, we could go into a stall, but
okay,
we're good.
Hotel East traffic, 739 Yankee Hotel, about a mile south of Valco, 1000, doing S-turns over the interstate.
All right. Give me a turn to the south, or actually, yeah, give me a turn to the south, 2,000 feet, 60 miles an hour, but this time to the left.
Turning to the left.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we are clear on the left.
Notice you need some right rudder and a left-hand turn because of those left turning tendencies.
Yeah, I see that ball moving right there.
Pretty weird, right?
Yeah, that is
left
strange.
rudder and a right turn, or sorry, right rudder and a left turn. But the reason why is we're at a high power setting, slow airspeed, so the left turning tendencies are really hard. So even in a left turn, you still need a little bit of right rudder to prevent it from just taking over. All right, so here's good. Just fly us to this cloud right here.
All right.
Right, there we go. Rudder coordination.
2000 feet northbound.
There was good, man.
All
that was
right,
within 10 knots and 100 feet.
Okay, we're still at 60.
Yep.
That ball was bouncing all over, though.
That's all right. It's going to bounce a little bit, but just the general idea is you want it to be as stable as possible.
Okay.
Eagle Astro 846.
Alright, still at 60.
Can we get a 15-minute extension?
All right. What I want you to do is we're going to go ahead and exit slow flight, and then I want you to put us back into slow flight. So maintaining 2,000 feet.
Okay.
Go ahead and start applying some power.
Okay.
Right.
Hotel West traffic, 10 flight,
Take the carb heat out.
700, climbing to 1000 southbound, setting up for 8.
Start lowering the nose a little bit.
Hotel West.
And then take the first notch of flaps out. So go to flaps 30 to flaps 20. There we go. Lower that nose. Right rudder because we're at higher power. Keep flying towards that cloud. Lower the nose more. You can retrim as needed.
661, we're about 3.5 miles.
All right, take out flaps 20 to flaps 10.
2,500, we're
Oops,
heading.
That's fine.
went to 0, okay.
All right, and just maintain 2,000 feet. Once our
Airspeed
airspeed
is
gets to
building up, okay.
about 100, we can start reducing at 21, 23.
North Sky 59,000 feet over.
Alright, airspeed is at 100. Oh, we're climbing.
Yep.
Boost power.
21 and then 23.
Alright, there's 22. $23?
21.
21.
Hotel West traffic, 10 flight.
Alright.
Yep, and then 23 on the
Oh,
RPM.
23 on the RPM.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. 21, 2300.
60,
Alright.
turn to the left, heading west.
We are climbing still.
That's all right.
Alright, let me... There's 20... There's 23? Okay.
Yep. That reduced manifold a little bit again. We're also really fast. We were up to like 120. So that's the reason why we climbed there, so that's fine.
Okay.
South of Razom, 2,000 feet northbound.
Alright, I'm gonna get us back down to 2,000 here.
Yes, sir. Usually where it's clear clouds, we're clear of the turbulence.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and 2,000 feet. Let's get into slow flight again.
Okay.
And just pick something out there that we can reference.
Hotel West.
Alright, well,
Flight 658 at 4,600
guess there's kind of an opening area straight ahead.
Yeah, I see that. So that's fine.
Okay, well,
So
you're losing
2,000 feet, and let's get it down to 60 knots.
Alright,
So first thing we do.
First thing is going to be carb heat.
Yep, carb heat.
Okay,
Prop
carb
full.
heat is on. Prop full.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, we're already losing altitude here.
That's all right. So just you can pitch and use the rest of your airspeed you have to gain that altitude back. But let's go ahead and get flaps 10 in here. You might need a little bit of power.
Alright.
Go ahead and do flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Notice the pitch change. Need some more back pressure. Let's go flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
And then flaps 30. We're well within the white arc, so that's fine.
Okay, flaps, full flaps.
Yep.
Aiming for that opening, pitching for 60.
South traffic, tech line 649, west of the Cypress Lake, and 5,000, we're going to be emergency descent to 2,500. Look out below, Charlie South.
Alright, well, other than dropping 200 feet.
That's all right. So go ahead and get us back to 2,000.
West of Lake Blanca, southbound 2000.
Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of power.
Yep, and right rudder.
Yeah, oh yeah, right rudder.
Hotel West traffic, tech flight 609, setting up for 8 pump pylons over the silos. We're over the farm fields, 1,000 feet. Hotel West.
All right, lower the nose a little bit so we don't slow up too much. There we go.
Okay, back to 60.
Yep,
Okay.
right rudder. There we go.
Alright, and we're at 2,000, pulling out power.
Just to the west of Bellsmere, setting up
Pitch down a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, pitch up a little bit, get back to 60.
Good.
679,
Okay, one more right rudder.
heading northbound.
Although that ball's all over the place, there it is. Okay.
That's all right. All right.
Okay, so we're at 2,000, a little fast, but close to 60.
That's all right. Go ahead and recover.
Okay, recover. First thing, I'm going to take carb heat off.
Yes, sir.
Okay, carb heat is off.
Lower that nose, and then start taking flaps 30 to flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Let the speed build. Okay, you can go full, like flaps all the way out now. That's good enough.
Okay.
Yep.
Flaps are out.
And then retrim is necessary to maintain 2,000 feet and let the speed build to 100 miles an hour.
Okay, a little more right rudder, I guess. Wait this level. We're at 100. Okay, so then
21, and then 2,300 RPM.
Oh, that's a little too far. 2,100, and for power 2,300.
There we go. Good, man.
All right, there we go.
My controls real quick.
Okay, you have the controls.
I have the controls. Let's see, clear.
Clear on the left.
Hotel East November 739 Yankee Hotel at 1,500, heading back to abandoned Hotel East.
A lot of convective activity today.
Yeah, very bouncy.
So I'm going to pick, let's see here. We'll just pick the south shore of Blue Lake Cypress here to fly to.
Okay.
And I'll show you what I'm going to do. So, flying along 2,000 feet. My instructor was pretty quick about this, but I like the way he would do things. So, he would just go carb heat,
Okay.
propeller, reduce, and hold 2,000. Right. Flaps 10, flaps 20, flaps 30, add some power. Alright, we're keeping that right rudder in there, maintaining 60 knots, or 60 miles an hour. I have to keep correcting myself on that. Alright, and trim is required. So pitch for your airspeed, power for your altitude. So we're a little high, so I'm going to reduce power a little bit and pitch down for 60. Alright, we're still flying towards the lake there. Pitch up for 60. There we go.
South portion of farm field, maneuvering 8 on pylon, over.
And don't worry about the turbulence. You know, turbulence happens to anybody.
Okay.
So once we're good, we're good. And then to recover, so carbine out, just increase this a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. Take out flaps 20. Keep 2,000 feet. Flaps 30 out. Alright, keep 2,000 feet. And then flaps all the way out. And then just let the airspeed build for a second. Retrimming as required. Once we get to 100, start reducing to 21 inches manifold pressure and 2,300 on the RPM. And it's okay if you go underneath 21 inches of manifold pressure initially, because a decrease in RPM leads to an increase in manifold pressure. So I was at 19,
Okay.
and now we're at 21, almost.
Okay.
Right, and within 100 feet of our altitude, 2,000 feet, and we're still flying towards the edge of the lake here.
Okay.
So you can be fluid with it. I know it takes a minute, but the more fluid you are with it, the easier it is to enter and to exit.
Okay.
So let me retrim this here nicely, and we'll go back a little bit on the prop. There we go. A slight reduction in that. Your controls.
Okay, my controls.
Your controls. Bring us to the north there, and you can fly us along the edge of that square lake.
Along the edge of the square lake, alright.
Yep. Hotel East, Hotel West, Praxair Cardinal 34287, 2,000 feet over Blue Cypress Lake, slow flight, heading north.
Hotel West traffic, November Chinini total, 6 miles south of Radom, 2,000 feet north.
Alright. You can fly us right to the middle of the square lake if you want.
Okay, middle of square lake.
So maintain 2,000 feet, and I'll have you enter into slow flight. How do you feel, man?
Feel good.
So a couple of more cycles of this and I think you'll get it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but don't worry about it. Just a beautiful day to be up here.
Yep.
So whenever you're ready, flying towards the middle of the lake here, we can go ahead and enter slow flight. 2,000 feet, let's get down to 60 miles an hour.
2,000 feet, entering slow flight. First I'm going to do carb heat.
Carb heat.
Carb heat is on.
Remember, full RPM.
I want propeller, full RPM.
Alright, reduce power.
Reduce power, we're going to 1,500?
Yep, 15 inches.
15
There we go.
inches.
And remember, start holding back so you don't lose
A little bit of
altitude.
back pressure, okay.
Alright, flaps 10, flaps 20, flaps 30.
Alright, flaps coming in.
Yep.
There's 10. We're in the white arc, so I'm going to go 20.
And you can go all the way to
And I'm
30.
going to go all the way to 30.
Start adding power back.
Yep. And
More power.
more
pitching for 60.
And pitching up for 60, and I'm going to trim.
Yes, sir. Good.
Okay.
There we go.
And make sure we got enough right rudder. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And there is a 60, and we're still at 2,000. We're headed towards the center of the lake. All right.
Bang. Awesome,
Okay.
dude.
All right. All right. 65. All right. We're going to pitch up just a little bit more. There we go. A little bit more trim, and I think we're good.
So now that we're here,
rudder, because I keep seeing that ball move.
that's all right. Give me a slight left turn, so we're cutting diagonal across that swamp there.
Diagonal across the swamp. Slight left turn.
There we go.
Bravo Jumping, number 2 miles south of Radom, 2000 feet northbound.
Right rudder in the left turn.
Right rudder in the left turn. Okay.
There we go.
This swamp straight ahead here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we're gonna
Perfect.
aim for that. Okay.
All right, give me a climb now to, or actually we'll do a descent first.
Okay.
Give me a descent to 1,500 feet at 60 miles an hour.
Descend to 1,500 at 60 miles an hour.
We'll use this cloud here as our reference or the swamp.
Okay,
they're both in the same place.
All right, so I'm going to reduce manifold pressure first.
Yep, reduce manifold pressure and nothing else.
While pulling back pressure to maintain 60.
Yep. Up to 15 is fine.
Oh, we're losing.
There we go.
All right.
Police traffic.
Good.
Checkpoint 642 is in between Valkyria and Barefoot Bay. Currently,
A little bit of back pressure on the nose to get to 60, a little fast. There we go.
2000. Hotel East traffic.
Charlie South traffic, traffic 661. We're about 2.5 miles northwest at 2,000. Our blue cyber is like at 2,300. And then northwestbound, setting up for Pyron stall. Charlie South.
Traffic, Woodbridge, Cherokee, Southwest Reservoir, northbound 3,000. Emergency descent, look out below.
Cherokee 679, take with Sierra is 2 miles west of Lake Washington.
All right, here we are.
Okay, we're going to move
1,500
1,500.
feet.
I'm going to
So
start adding power.
Power,
Increase
yep.
power
And
to
pulling that nose back to maintain 60.
Double traffic.
All right, a little bit of right rudder as a result of the power increase. There we go. We're still going where we need to be going. More right rudder and more power.
More right rudder, more power.
All right, lower the nose slightly. There we go. There we go. Good job, man. Yeah.
All right. Whoa.
You're all right. Lower that nose. Good. Now give me a climb to 2,000 feet from here. So increase power, take out the carb heat, and maintain 60. We're going to just keep going this way.
All right, so I'm going to take out the carb heat.
Yep. Increase power slightly.
And as I increase power, I need to pitch.
Yep, and add that right rudder.
Right rudder.
Yep.
Okay. A little bouncy.
The one thing is this plane does like to bank to the right. So remember that you have to always have a little bit of left aileron pressure too, and right rudder. So it almost feels like you're flying cross control, which is annoying, not great, but yeah. But 2,000 feet, we're climbing to 60 miles an hour, doing good, man.
All right.
Let's see how we're doing on time. 10:55, good.
Now, is that climb rate good? Should I?
Yeah, we're not worried about the climb rate. We're just worried about maintaining constant airspeed.
60,
yeah,
okay.
60. So whatever the climb rate is at 60,
okay.
That's fine.
All right, we are coming up on 2,000 feet.
Yes, sir.
There's 2,000 feet, so reduce power.
Lower the nose, reduce power. Right. Reduce power, keep it coming back.
Skyflight,
Alright,
61.
and then pitch the nose back, let's get back to 60 there.
Back to 60, okay.
Yep.
500 heading eastbound, setting up for accelerated stalls, Charlie.
That felt like a thermal that really picked us up there. That's fine. So pitch for 60 and then just power adjusted as required.
2,000 feet northbound.
Alright, so we're descending, so arrest the descent rate with some power and pull that nose back.
Traffic, Woodbridge, Cherokee.
Alright.
Reservoir.
I'll tell you what, give me a turn to the right here.
Turn to the
2,000
right.
feet,
Okay.
we're clear to the right.
We're cleared on the right? Okay.
Yep. And I want you to follow this road that that goes along the lakes here.
Skyflight 658, about 3 miles to the west of Blue Cypress Lake, doing seat spirals. Look out down below.
Huh? Oh, down below Cypress Lake, is that?
Yeah, those guys are over there, over Cypress Lake, so that's fine.
Okay. Alright, so 60.
Right, just follow this here, and you can have it over on your side of the nose there so you can see it better. Because I know it's hard to see anything with the nose up in the air. Alright, so reduce power slightly and keep 60.
At 2,500, turn south.
There we go. So just imagine wings level, and then using that right rudder because we're still
3 miles northwest of
there we go.
Cypress, 2,500, heading eastbound, setting up for steep turns. Charlie Tom.
Good. Good. Alright, now maintaining this heading, we'll say plus or minus 10 degrees from 100. I want you to give me a descent to 1500.
Okay. Alright, descent to 1500. I'm going to reduce power first. Okay, and we're doing this at 60?
Yes, 60 miles an hour, 1500 feet.
Okay.
Alright, and carb heat as well.
Carb heat. And pitching for 60.
Bravo traffic, November 398 Hotel is in south of Lake Point at 2,000 feet north.
Hotel West, Hotel East traffic, tech flight 609 over Silas at 1,000 feet. We're going to maneuver as turn over the farm field at 1,000. Hotel West traffic.
Alright, coming up on 1,500 feet.
Tech flight 635
Yes, sir.
is mid-river at 2,000 southbound in between Valkyrie.
Alright, go ahead, take out the carb heat and add a little bit of power.
Take out carb heat, a little bit of power.
Pitch for 60. Yep, there we go. Right rudder.
Right rudder.
Lower nose a little bit and reduce some of the power because we're climbing. There we go. And we're staying within 10 degrees of heading.
Okay.
So this right here, bringing us right to the bend of the canal over there, it's about a heading of 100 degrees.
Alright.
Alright, good, man. Good, so hold this here at 60. We're plus or minus 100 feet right now. If you wanted to reduce power a little bit, but keep 60, and that will bring us back down to 1,500. There we go. And once we've captured 1,500, I want you to give me a climb back to 2,000.
Okay.
And we'll maintain this heading here. So the hardest part with slow flight is being able to maintain a heading.
Alright, so there's 1,500. Okay,
Yep.
so to do a climb, we're doing no carb heat?
No carb heat. So carb heat in, power.
So just power.
Yep.
Okay, increase power and
keep those wings level.
And right rudder and nose down a little bit to keep 60.
Yep.
And okay, climbing at 60.
We're doing really good on the heading.
Hold heading, okay.
Over the silos and over the farm field, maneuvering.
Alright, lower the nose a little bit. There we go.
East Hotel West traffic.
Lower the nose and some right rudder. There we go.
There we go, back to 60, okay.
Good job.
Hotel traffic, Skyflight 661, we're over the flooded farms at 2,500 heading northbound, setting up for
the nose a little bit.
hotel traffic. Yeehaw.
Travis House, Skyflight 658, at 1,000 feet.
And we're still going towards that canal.
Doing 8 on pylon. Travis House.
Alright, here we are coming up to 2,000 feet.
Alright, so
Lower the nose slightly and then just reduce power, maintain 60. Alright, it's a little bit too much reduction of power, so hold 60. And you'll see that the inclinometer starts coming down. That was good, man. That was within plus or minus 10 degrees, plus or minus 100 feet of altitude, and almost plus or minus 10 knots of airspeed.
alright.
Valkyria BAI, north
South India South traffic, Skyflight 886 is at 5,500
Let's see
feet
here.
over Sebastian Inlet, turning northbound, doing some slow flight and stall. South India South.
Bravo traffic, November 29 total, is over Lake Point at 2,000, climbing to 2,000 feet.
Let's see how close are these guys. They're going to be probably no factor. Give me a 180 degree turn, so following the channel the opposite direction at 2,000 feet, 60 miles an hour.
Okay, so I'm going to do a 180 degree turn. I'm going to turn to the left and follow that channel. All right,
Yes, sir.
So here we go. Maintaining 60.
There we go. Good job,
All
man.
right.
And it's amazing how tight your turn radius is when you're flying slow, because it feels like we turned on a dime and now it's just on the opposite side. So, pretty good. So back to 2,060 there. And then I think we'll go ahead and introduce ground reference maneuvers.
Okay.
See here. Wind says 072 at 9 knots, just about. That's fine. Alright, good job, man. So go ahead and recover.
Okay, to recover, we've got carpet is off. We're going to increase power.
Alright, start lowering that nose.
And we probably want to bring out...
Yep, so lower the nose first, then
lower
flaps.
the nose first, okay. Yep. Take out the first notch of flaps.
Let the airspeed increase.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Second notch of flaps.
Yep.
09.
All the way.
Alright, flaps all the way out.
Retrim.
Yep.
Setting up for 8 on pylon over silos.
And 21 inches manifold.
Farm field at 1,000.
And then 2,300 RPM. Good.
Alright.
Good. My controls?
Alright, your controls.
My controls. Alright. Let's see here. There's a couple of places we can do some rectangular course, and I don't see anyone here, so we're going to go ahead and go that way. And I'll go ahead and do a descent as well. That's funny.
Terrain, where? In Florida?
Yeah, no terrain in Florida. So I like doing ground reference maneuvers. So 1,000 feet is a good altitude to practice them at.
Okay.
So we do 1,000 feet because we fly in the pattern, and this one's going to be a rectangular course.
Okay.
The goal of this is we want to be able to fly the course within a specified distance. So usually half a mile to 3/4 of a mile from us is how far we want to be, and we want to maintain that rectangular course the whole time. So we know the wind is coming from over here, the northeast.
8 miles north.
And what that means for us is there's going to be turns that are actually going to be a heading change of greater than 90 degrees and less than 90 degrees.
Okay.
Right, and I'll explain this in the debrief, but it'll make sense as well as we do it here.
Hotel West traffic, tech flight 609, setting up for 8 on pylons over the farm field.
Oh, they're over the farm fields, dang it.
1,000 feet.
They're also at 1,000.
This is farm fields here?
Yeah, this is farm fields over here. She's ahead of us about 2 nautical miles.
Okay.
So, we'll go ahead and do it somewhere else. We'll just use the flooded farm fields here.
Okay.
So normally you want to enter on the downwind, which is with the wind, so this is fine. We'll fly to the north side of these.
Are you guys on frequency?
Okay, we're done with our 8 on pylons now.
Sweet.
Hotel West Prax Air Cardinal 34287 is over the flooded farm fields at 1,000 feet ground reference maneuvers.
Alrighty, this is Tech Flight 609. We're going to be just to the north of you. We've been making radio calls, setting up for 8 on pylons over the silos. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up.
We have you in sight 34287.
And where do you see them?
So they're over there over the silos at our altitude just above the horizon.
Okay.
They're turning this way now.
Huh.
You can kind of see where the sea meets the sky. They're right there.
Tech Flight 635 over the shoreline, northbound, 2,000, climbing 2,500.
Alright, so we're just going to go over this way then. So this square right here that makes up these 2 plots,
yeah,
we're going to use that as our reference area. I don't like using it necessarily because at 1,000 feet, if you have a problem with the engine, it's not exactly great for a emergency landing, but that's fine. So, pre-maneuver checklist, engine instruments are green, mixture is set. Alright, go ahead and hit the fuel pump for me real quick, and we're going to put this over on the right tank.
Okay,
so
fuel pump is on.
Alright, fuel pump off.
Fuel pump off.
There we go. Just because we have 21 gallons in the right tank there, that's not helping us out with our right banking tendency in this airplane. Alright, I have them inside. They're no factor.
Oh, I see them.
So the goal for this is plus or minus 10 miles an hour in airspeed, plus or minus 100 feet. So we're going to call it 100 miles an hour and 1,000 feet, just to make it nice round numbers.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have our farm fields over here. We're going to use the borders of the canal, the trees, the other side where the lake starts, and then the road.
Yeah, we
that makes sense.
do a simulated engine out procedure. Now we're done. Head back to Vero. Nice. His point.
Okay, so, and to enter on the downwind, which would be in this direction, normally you would enter a 45-degree angle. So if this is the downwind leg, we're going to enter this way.
Okay.
So 45 this way, all right? And I'll just give us a turn to the right here to set us up better for that 45-degree turn. Plus or minus 100 feet, plus or minus 10 miles an hour. Have them in over there, they're no factor.
Hotel West traffic, Tech Flight 609 over the pylon, or over the silos, setting up for 8 on pylons, 1,000 feet, Hotel West.
Alright, so we'll use this corner here as our starting point for the downwind. Remember, we want to be about a half to 3/4 of a mile distant.
Okay.
So I'm going to fly towards it just for a second. And this would be about a good distance here, so I will parallel it. So the winds are going to be pushing us. We have a pretty fast ground speed. Alright, so 1,000 feet, 100 miles an hour. So this is corner number 1, and the goal is to maintain this distance around the whole thing. We're not cutting corners either, so it's nice round turns.
Charlie, South traffic, traffic 661. We're right.
And it's always easier if you do it on your side, just because you can see everything better. They might ask you to do it both left and right, but we're just going to do them to the left.
Okay.
Hotel West traffic, flight 609.
Alright, hitting a little bit of lift here, so reduce power, and put the nose down.
Hotel West traffic.
Alright, so once we get to our second corner, which is starting here, alright, we're just going to gently make a turn around this corner. With a higher ground speed, that means you have to have a steeper bank.
427 is over the solar panels at 2,500 heading.
But generally speaking, if you keep it to 30 degrees, right, so we're about 15 right there. So if you keep it about 30 degrees, though, if your steepest bank is 30 at your highest ground speed, then all your other banks are going to be shallower than 30 degrees.
Okay.
And that's what we would like to do, is not anything too crazy. Alright, so now we're going to fly along this leg here until we get to the border where the water starts.
Okay.
And just notice that we're crabbing a little bit, so I have to go a little bit this way. Alright. The wind's a slight quartering tailwind.
5 over the west bank of the river, beam radiation, southbound 2,500.
So plus or minus 10 miles an hour, plus or minus 100 feet, we're good. Adjust the power as necessary, but the more you change your power, the more you're going to change your altitude or your airspeed. So we try and keep it constant. So we're going to have a pretty high ground speed here, says 92 knots, or 92 knots. And we're just going to go ahead and do a gentle turn this way. We're going to maintain our half a mile, lower the nose a little bit, there we go. Our speed caught up and our altitude's corrected. And we'll have to crab slightly there because of where the wind's coming from. This wind vector thing's all over the place. Doesn't make sense that it's been, yeah. But that's fine. Generally speaking, if you can see smoke or something that indicates where the wind is coming from, that's a lot better indication than the GPS. Alright, we're doing good on time still. And we're good on distance.
Hotel West traffic, Commander 290 Tango, heading into the training area from the north. Going to do a couple of circles just northeast of Pin Island at 2,000 feet. Hotel West traffic.
Alright, here's our next corner, so just a nice gentle turn. Alright.
North India South traffic, tech flight 635 is at 2,500 over the west bank of the river, beam south area, southbound. We are just North India South.
India South traffic, flight 86 is at 5,700 feet over the shoreline, just south of Valkyria, maneuvering northbound.
I got that traffic in sight. It's no factor. These guys over here again, over the farm fields. Alright, and once we get back to our original corner again, I'll turn us on the downwind and exit, give you the controls so you can practice the entry.
Okay.
And then you'll do the same thing.
Okay.
So this is setting us up for practicing landing at an airport. Alright, last corner, just a gentle turn.
Traffic, flight 427 is at 2,000.
There we go. And then we we exit on the downwind?
711 Whiskey Echo 2,540 feet, headed southbound, over radiation.
7, I'm approaching the base of the airport and
Okie dokie then. Wings level here.
Traffic test flight 609
1,000
over
feet.
Island at 2,000.
100 miles an hour. Your controls.
Okay, my controls.
Alright, your controls. I would recommend giving us a right-hand turn.
Okay.
And we'll enter 45 degrees to the downwind there.
Alright. Southbound, just south of Valkyria, setting up for unusual altitudes in the north of the south.
There's the first corner.
Hotel West traffic, Commander 2902 Tango, 1,800 feet at 10 Island, headed south towards Blue Cypress, 2,000 feet. Hotel West traffic.
There we go.
Alright, so this will be a 45
Yep,
here.
this will be our 45 right here.
Okay. And about now, turn and...
Yep, that's what I would recommend,
downwind.
about a half mile.
Alright.
Clouds are beating us up today.
Oh, airspeed's jumping way up there. Alright.
That's alright. If airspeed comes up, just reduce power slightly. Alright, here comes our second corner. Alright, go ahead and bring a little bit of that power back in. There we go. Good. Good job so far, man. Plus or minus 10 miles.
There we are. We're back to 1,000. Okay.
Hotel West traffic test flight is 609. 3 miles is from solar panel at 3,000, maneuvering emergency descent.
Alright, maintaining 100, okay.
Hotel West traffic.
Okay, and is it the edge of the water here?
Yep.
Or are we out there?
Edge of the water right here.
Right here? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and begin my turn now.
Yep, just gently.
Gentle turn.
South traffic, tech flight 635, about a mile off the shoreline, northbound 3000, in between Valkyria and Barefoot Bay, BAI, and north India South.
I'm just going to increase the prop a little bit.
Okay.
Because generally speaking, we want the prop a little higher than what our manifold is indicating.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
that should be good there. All right, here's our last corner.
Just right here?
Yep.
Okay. We'll take a little gentle turn here. About climbing.
Hotel West traffic, Commander 02 Tango, north side of Blue Cypress, steep turns, 2,000 feet. Hotel West traffic. Approaching Hotel East, Indian traffic, taxiway 609, 2 miles southwest from Barefoot Bay at 2200, heading east over the shoreline. Hotel East, Indian South North traffic.
Southbound traffic, flight 427 is south of the east end of the turnpike at 3000, doing vertical S2, south north.
Yeah, it's a little harder when it's turbulent like this. Alright. Go and give me a turn there to exit on the downwind.
Okay, turn to the downwind.
Yes, sir. Documenting your training progress here. I can see the instruments through here, and we're doing good. Slight reduction of power, perhaps.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright.
Good job, man. And then exit 45 degrees on the downwind.
45 degrees here?
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. Good, man.
Bravo traffic, 21 Juliet is 7 to the southeast of...
Okay, so go ahead and follow this tree line north.
Okay.
Yeah, and give me a normal speed climb back to 1500.
Normal speed climb back to 1500, okay.
So power out, full RPM, right? And then we can go 25, 25. So 25 inches of manifold and 25 on the RPM. There we go. There we go. Good. And let's climb at 90 miles an hour, heading this way.
Alright, 90 miles an hour.
Yep. Center of the ball.
Closed between runway 9 left and taxiway Kilo. Taxiway Kilo is closed from taxiway Kilo 1 to taxiway Mike. Due to runway closure, there'll be no VFR traffic patterns. Unable touch and goes. VFR departures, advise ground control your direction of flight. Advise initial contact, you have echo. Melbourne International Airport information, echo, time 1453 Zulu. Wind 070 at 9, visibility 10, 2 clouds 3,600, temperature 31, dew point 21, altimeter 3002. Visual approach in use, landing departing runway 9 or right, runway 5. Approaches are being conducted to converging runways. Use caution for bird activity.
Hold short, taxiway Charlie, 495 golf.
Between runway 9 left and...
Yeah, it brings us up to 2,000 feet here.
Okay.
Good job, man.
Alright.
Normal speed is easy. Slow flight's actually kind of difficult.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Especially in the turbulence.
Yeah.
Alright, 90, we're getting up to 2,000 feet.
Yes, sir.
Following the tree line. Okay, so as we get up here, I'm going to...
Yep, so lower the nose first.
Lower the nose.
Let that speed build and retrim, and then power reduction.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, and then 21 and 23.
Our traffic
21 inches, 23.
east of Lake Point set at 2,200, descending down to 1,500, heading back to Marat Island.
Alright, good. Maybe give it a little bump of manifold pressure and a little reduction of the prop. Just a bump. There we go. There we go. That's good right there. As close as you can get, really.
02 Tango, departing.
Alright, so looking for the abandoned. I see Melbourne. Okay, see the, oh, there's the abandoned right there. See the canal right here?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and follow that and get us to the abandoned.
Alright.
And I'll just go ahead.
To the ramp, 495 golf.
Delta 3118, cross runway 5 at Alpha.
We have Echo 04 hopefully they'll give us runway 5.
Melbourne Tower, Cherokee 55659er, ready to take off. 9er right at Charlie.
55659 Melbourne Tower, hold short 9.
Now, is this abandoned straight up ahead?
So the abandoned is that runway looking.
Yeah,
thing
it's
right
like a V shape there,
Yeah,
opening.
Exactly, that's it right there.
Okay.
42 Fox Tango, roll down to Victor. Right
And
on
then
Victor. There's gonna be traffic
along this
departing
canal
at
towards the river would be, as we get near the river, would be radiation?
Yep, radiation. So that water tower, you can kind of see it out there.
Okay.
So you'll get used to finding these things around.
Tech flight 642, turn right on Victor. Traffic departs ahead of you, hold short of Alpha.
Like I was telling Cody, I prefer flying VFR than IFR because VFR I can just go wherever I want, right? You know, IFR it's like, okay, might as well be driving a car.
Exit ahead of you at Victor, runway 9 right at Charlie, clear for takeoff. Proceed on course, traffic on a 3.5 mile final, King Air.
Alright, 600 feet below us. It looks like he's going right to the abandoned as well. But it'll probably be no factor, and he's 3 miles.
Okay.
Tech flight 642, I want you to pass behind the Boeing 717 on Alpha, right at Victor, behind the traffic, then taxi to parking.
Victor, and then we will pass behind the traffic on Alpha, and then Alpha to parking, Tech flight 642.
You got it.
I don't see him yet, do you?
I don't see him, but he's probably going to be no factor
So
by the
he's
time we get there.
below us.
Below us by 700 feet.
Alright.
And he's within 2 miles, going right to the abandoned as well.
Okay.
23 Julia, roger. Orlando's advised they're too busy for flight following. You can try to call them once you get airborne on frequency 132.65.
I have him in sight. They're no factor.
Advise them ready for taxi.
Low right there, you can see him kind of coming quick. He's just about to pass over this power line.
You said Victor to parking, right?
Correct.
Oh, I see him now.
Yep.
Alright. And I climbed up 100 feet while looking for him, but I'll get back down.
That's alright. I felt the lift. Yeah.
Left on Kilo, hold short, runway 9 or right.
So we'll let him call first, just because.
Commander 2902 Tango with information echo at abandoned inbound landing full stop to FIC.
Commander 2902 Tango, Melbourne Tower, make straight in runway 5. Runway 5, clear to land.
Straight in runway 5, clear to land, 02 Tango.
Wait, keep it rolling down the runway left at Sierra. You'll see traffic on at Kilo waiting for you. Left at Sierra, taxi to ramp with me.
Alright, we'll stay with you all the way down to Sierra, K-Bar 08.
Melbourne Tower, Cardinal 34287 over the abandoned information. Echo, full stop, FIT.
Cardinal 34287, Melbourne Tower, you're following traffic just off your left for the straight in runway 5. Number 2, runway 5, clear to land.
Following traffic, we have in sight. Number 2, clear to land, runway 5, 34287.
Tech flight 884.
All right, go ahead, pull out your checklist. I'll let you fly while doing this.
Victor via Victor.
Tower, JetBlue 8623 on the visual 9 right.
JetBlue 8623, Melbourne Tower, runway 9 or right, clear to land.
Alright, the
before landing.
Mixture set.
Alright, so go ahead and richen it up to about a finger's width.
Okay.
That's good right there.
Okay.
Behind the King Air that's on the runway.
Mixture set. Fuel selector set to both.
Via Delta Echo.
Okay. Seatbelts are fastened. Flaps set.
We'll do that in a minute.
Okay. Prop high RPM. Gonna put that all the way in.
Yep.
Okay. And how does the V4 landing checklist?
Alright. So go ahead and bring us down to 1,500 feet. Runway 5 is that way.
1,500 feet. Okay.
Yep. So 15 RPM is fine, or 15 manifold is fine. And just start bringing us down.
Melbourne Tower 2332 Echo, holding short 9 right at Charlie, ready for departure.
2332 Echo, Melbourne Tower, hold short, runway 9 right. Air carrier traffic's going to be departing ahead of you. He's got a controlled departure time.
And I have the other traffic in sight.
It's going to be just a minute.
Okay.
Alright, holding short 9 right at Charlie.
Go ahead and apply carpet as well.
Carpet coming on.
There we go.
On Orlando to get you out of here. Hold short 9 or right. Traffic's on a 5 mile final. Just be ready to go.
Ready to go, Delta 3118, we'll hold short 9 right.
Tower, good morning.
Alright, there's 15.
With
All right.
you, visual.
Level out at 15?
Yep, level out at 15.
Delta 3118, runway 9
And bring it to about 20 inches of manifold.
Clear for takeoff, 9 right, 080 on the heading, Delta 3118.
JetBlue 8623, one departure prior to your arrival.
Go ahead and line us up with the runway.
JetBlue 8623.
There we go.
Exit the end, and just give me a good roll out on the runway.
I will plan to roll it down all the way to the end, JetBlue.
I'll have you put us in slow flight now. So go ahead and reduce power.
Runway 9 on right.
And it's fine if we start descending a little bit because we're trying to come down anyway.
Okay.
So go ahead, bring it to like 15 inches of manifold.
15 inches, okay.
Alright, and within the white arc, go ahead and apply flaps 10.
Alright, flaps 10.
Bring us slightly to the right here so we can line back up with the runway.
Alright, flaps 10. Line up
You're
the
good,
runway.
man.
Alright, we are at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's fine. Keep the descent going at 90. We're still a far way away. So bring it to the right still. Alright, keep it at about 90. So you might have to pitch for a little bit.
Going to FIT for fuel.
02 Tango left at Romeo.
Alright, go ahead and go flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Victor,
There we go.
FIT with you, 02 Tango.
Delta 3118,
Alright,
contact Orlando.
power out a little bit and reduce to 80 miles an hour.
Alright,
Put the nose down.
for 80.
Yep. Now we're going to descend
Tower,
at 80 miles an hour.
And horizontal 9 on right, and Victor is for departure.
Alright, doing good.
737 Uniform Lima, Melbourne ground, runway 9 right at Charlie. Taxi via Kilo 1.
But once we get short approach, I'll take the controls.
Okay.
But I just want you to get used to approaches for now.
Okay.
Normal approaches.
Tech flight 884, hold short, runway 9 right, inbound traffic. You're number 2 for departure. You're going to be following the Cessna on the opposite side. Hold short.
Alright, so go ahead and let's fly flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Yep. Pitch for 80.
Okay. For 80.
Alright, apply power. So touch of power, keep 80. Good. My controls.
Your controls.
My controls. Good job, man.
Alright, thank you.
Take that as your final. Departure frequency 132.
So I'm just going to go power idle, pitch for 80.
Squawk 34.
Right, I'm on the rudder. Apply some power. Arrest the descent rate. We're just going to hold off here. Power idle. And just hold.
Reback correct. JetBlue 8623, right at Tango to your gate.
Alright, right at Tango to the gate, JetBlue 8623.
Cardinal 287, where do you park?
FIT.
Cardinal 287, Romeo Fox Victor to your ramp.
Romeo Fox Victor to the ramp, 34287. Fox is that way, so we're going to go ahead and follow.
Are you going to be having someone hold on Charlie?
Echo negative. You're next to land. The runway is yours. Everybody's waiting for you. Clear to land, 9 right.
I was curious if we were going to try to get off at Charlie, if that works for you.
Oh, okay, yeah, there is somebody blocking Charlie. You need to go to the north side.
Nope, sorry
Yeah,
about
we're going
that.
back to delivery.
And we're just doing this for the wind correction here.
Okay.
Right, so diving away from the wind.
But if you can't, just plan to exit at Kilo then.
Alright, go ahead and do the after landing checklist.
Okay, after landing, flaps, retract.
I understand you
Yes,
do.
sir.
Mixture, lean.
Yep, go ahead, lean it out a good bit.
How much do we lean it out?
JetBlue 8623 Tango uniform to your
Keep
ramp.
going, keep going. That's probably good right there, yeah.
Okay, mixture, lean, landing lights as required.
We don't require them.
2123 Juliet,
Hard
hold
heat
short
off.
runway 5 VFR northwest.
Yes, sir.
Archer 2123 Juliet, Melbourne Tower. Hold short runway 5, traffic arriving 9 right. I'll have you out just a second.
Short 5 for 23 Juliet.
They say Charlie, right? I'll just do Victor.
Remember 23 Juliet, runway 5, Clifford takeoff, turn left on course.
Clifford takeoff runway 5, left turn on course for 23 Juliet.
Melbourne ground Cardinal 34287. Do you want us to go Charlie to the ramp or Victor to the ramp?
You can do Victor to the ramp, Foxtrot Victor to the ramp.
Foxtrot Victor 34287, thank you.
Echo left on Quebec, and then you'll make the right turn onto runway 9 left, and then a left at Charlie, Kilo Golf.
Good job on that approach, man. We were a little high, but you know, that's fine.
Okay.
So normally, right, if we're doing an airspeed, we're going to just pitch for that airspeed and controlling for our pitch for airspeed and power for altitude. So if we're doing a descent, we're starting to come down too quick, just add a touch of power.
Okay. Right at Charlie, traffic on a 4-mile final, clear for takeoff. There's traffic just crossing your departure and turning to the north. You can follow that traffic
So keep the
out.
control this way for the wind.
Melbourne ground 9812 Juliet at Kilo 1 with information Echo, ready to taxi for IFR.
9812 Juliet, Melbourne ground, runway 9 right at Charlie, taxi via Kilo 1, Kilo, hold short of Charlie.
Runway 9 right at Charlie, taxi via Kilo 1, Kilo, hold short of Charlie. 9812 Juliet.
Tech flight 884 Fox Tango, that Cessna rolling ahead of you is turning north. You can turn right on course, runway 9 right at Victor, clear for takeoff.
Gotta go around the long way here for him.
November 23 Juliet, free exchange approved. See ya.
Oh, little kid. I'm not sure what that is. It's nice though.
Huh.
November 12 Juliet, you'll give way to the jet traffic exiting 9 left at Charlie. They're going to make the right turn on the Kilo. Just wait for him and then make the right at Charlie, cross runway 9 left at Charlie.
All right, shutdown checklist.
Okay, shutdown, parking brake set. Got toes on the brake.
There we go.
Okay, throttle 1200 RPM.
1200.
Holding short of Kilo 1 with Echo. Southbound.
Throttle 1200 RPM. Transponder is out. Avionics master off.
5, clear land.
Do we need to record anything first here?
No, we'll